Hello, welcome to another talk on money, business, and investing. My name is Jose. I'm the founder of the company. I'm Brian here at Master Investor, and to turn on the notifications and subscribe to the channel so that you know when we go live or upload a valuable talk that can change our finances forever. It's all about who we are listening to, what advice are we taking on a daily basis, who are our mentors. We need to choose these people wisely because it will make the big difference at the end. Today we live in the information age. I like to call it the entrepreneur age because we must develop a wealthy entrepreneur. We cannot be average. We must be an inside investor or a master investor. It's an active investor, someone that knows how to put a deal together, and we master how to raise capital. Our fourth ebook is called How to Raise Capital to Build Wealth. It should be released in the next month. Stay tuned. Click the link in the description so that you have access to our digital courses and volumes. We have 3 right now that can help anyone get a jump start or take their existing positive cash flow from their portfolio to a whole different level. Whatever level we want to achieve, we can find data and proven strategies within our products here at Master Investor that can literally take our finances to our goals. Wealth is measured in time, not just in money. It's a combination of both. How do we find out how much wealth we have? We have to figure out our financial statement. We will find inside of the digital course How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On, an asset that contains a document, a PDF, actually is a Excel document. And once we download that into Excel, we can begin to fill in the columns in that financial statement, which we'll find the income column, the expenses column, the assets column, the liabilities column, and we're gonna figure out the cash flow. How is it flowing through our financial statement? Where is our cash flow flowing to? Do we have any assets? Do we have any liabilities? How can we improve our assets so that we improve passive income? Do we currently have any passive income? You know, and it starts with a name too. We need to think of a brand, something that is memorable, something that can be unforgettable. Once it makes an impression, like Nike, Master Investor, Adidas, Apple, all of these companies creates an emotion and experience into the end user. Just do it. The slogan itself sounds as if we are naming the company's name, Nike, right? We don't even need to say Nike to know that just do it is Nike. And so capitalizing on keywords is also beneficial when we're building wealth because it's going to allow us to have leverage and to monetize those keywords that are very viral in this age when it comes to technology and SEO, search engine optimization. We want to have our content syndicated throughout different channels so that we can access as many people as possible and we can begin to connect with new people and sell them what they are looking for, the solution that we have for them. Every business is built to solve a problem in the world. And the question is, what type of problems do we want to solve? How do we want to help the world? What type of impact do we want to leave in the world? And remember, everybody has a purpose. So, are we living through our purpose? Some people love their job. There was a study that was done that said about 80% of people do not like what they do. And if that is your case, then you must do something different. You must begin to shift habits environments if it's required. Start with what we have, be grateful, and begin to change those patterns. Break all habits. Question ourselves, right? Go into our core values and figure out if those core values are aligned with the ultra wealthy mindset, which we'll be able to check with our digital courses and products here at Master Investor. Everything that we do here is to help us raise our financial IQ, which means that we'll be able to solve financial problems. The bigger financial problems we solve, the higher the reward is. We want to focus on getting infinite return on investment when it comes to building our wealth. And the reason why is because that means we have no money into the deal. We either use 100% finance, or also known as OPM, other people's money. We are also going to be using OPT, other people's time. We're going to use a combination of both OPM and OPT. We have to learn how to delegate. We may be doing different positions or wearing different hats when we're starting a business from scratch, depending on our circumstances. Everybody's case is different, and we must treat it as an individual case. We cannot generalize because, like I mentioned earlier, everybody's wealth number is different. Somebody that makes $30,000 per month in passive income might feel wealthy, when another person might not feel wealthy because he or she needs $100,000 per month coming in. So it depends on what is the standard of living that we would like to live, and how long can we maintain that without working and worrying about running out of money. And if the answer is a year, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years, 100 years, generation after generation, that's how wealthy we are. And it's related to the cash flow that we're getting, because the master investor, and the only way to create true wealth is by having assets and having return on investment coming in, infinite return on investment, hopefully, which means that we have no money into the deal. We have recouped our capital back if we invested any of our capital. We have recouped the investment, brought that back to us through sales, to whatever we are offering to the world. So we have no money into the deal, we still control the deal, plus we're getting infinite return on investment, meaning that we're still receiving passive income. And that is the holy grail of investing, is having this freedom units printing us positive cash flow, also known as cash cows, right? Because they're printing us excess of cash flow, and that's what we want to have. The 3 E's of a master investor, we talk about it all the time inside of our community. In order for us to officially be a master investor, we must act like a master investor even before we are. Be, do, have. We must be that person. And a lot of people think that's corny to act like a master investor, to think like a master investor, or whatever the profession may be. It could be something else. Even if you want to be a star in a sport, you must believe within that we are a champion already before we were a champion. We have to believe that we were already at the end destination, experiencing that end goal that we want to experience, and seeing that in our minds, holding that very vividly. That's what is going to manifest that ideal scene. The universe will conspire to give us exactly what we need in order to bring that into realization. We have to go into our minds and unlearn many things that we have been taught, which could be very difficult for many, but it's not impossible. As long as we apply what we're learning and the strategies that we present inside of our digital courses and volumes, then we will ensure that we're succeeding when it comes to investing and creating financial freedom, okay? We want to have our businesses pay for our living expenses and any other expense that we have, including our liabilities. When we want to have a liability, we have to think and mastermind how are we going to raise capital to create a business or acquire an asset that is cash flowing positively, so that we can pay for that liability that we want to have in our lives. And that liability could be a car, it could be a jet ski, it could be something of luxury that we enjoy, but it doesn't make us money. So preferably we want to have an asset that will pay for that, so we never have to work to pay for that liability. Everything is free at the end. How do we start building a business or fund a business without money? Learn how to raise capital. If we don't have money, that's not the issue. The issue is the knowledge. Do we have financial education? The reason why a person does not have money is because he or she lacks financial education. And if he does, or if he or she does have financial education, then it's not implementing it. And that's the problem, because people can have the information, but if we're not implementing that knowledge, then it doesn't become our knowledge. We need to put it into action. Investing is critical when it comes to building passive income. So we're going to be multiplying our money into different asset classes. There are 5 asset classes, and we talk about them on all of our videos and content that we produce here, because we have to bring emphasis on these asset classes, which are business, number 1, real estate, number 2, crypto, number 3, number 4, paper assets, number 5, commodities. It takes financial education to master bringing in passive income and capital gains income. Some assets will only bring us capital gains income, but we're going to focus on bringing in passive income specifically, because that is what gives us true wealth. A lot of people focus on investing for capital gains income, and many of those people are gamblers, meaning that, number 1, they're not involved in the decision making of their investment. They're giving their money away through fake assets like 401k, CDs, mutual funds, anything that is withholding the money and making it supposedly work hard by investing in different stocks, but we don't know if those stocks are going to be relevant when the person retires from their job. So that stock might be down to the ground. It might be worth nothing. Therefore, we need to become an active investor, which that leads us to be a master investor. An active investor is what it says it is an active investor, meaning that we're involved in the decision making. We are incorporating the company. Maybe we pay an agent to do the incorporation and put all the legalities in order for us, but we're taking action. We're choosing the name. We're thinking this is going to be not just a company that solves this problem, but it's going to create an experience and change the world through our products and our messages embedded in our products, and it's going to improve the world. So we want to have businesses that are improving conditions at all times. Having excess of cash flow is the third E. So we have financial education, financial experience is the second E, and excess of cash flow. Those are the 3 E's of a master investor. Let me say that one more time. Number 1, financial education, right? We need to get that financial literacy every single day. That's why we're doing a video a day. We're coming here, putting a dialogue on money so that we can all become more aware when it comes to building wealth and how to do it successfully, like the ultra wealthy, how to adopt the ultra wealthy mindset and concepts about money and how to create money. It's very important to analyze how do we make our money, right? A lot of people can only make money by going to a job, working hard, and exchanging the time for money. We must figure out a way to multiply our money and sound investing. The only way to do it successfully is by investing in one's financial education, because then we have the power to weed out the scams, weed out the bad stuff, and only take the good from everything that is out there. Because not everything is a scam. Don't be skeptical when it comes to the online world. We are real people here doing real businesses, creating real brands. Not everybody is out there to scam other people online. So if you come across a video that is empowering and you have a product to choose from and the opportunity to invest in, it could be here in our community at Master Investor or somewhere else. Take a look at it. Do your due diligence. Don't be skeptical. You'll be surprised. That's where wealth starts, right there and there. Is by building true wealth. Is by understanding how to create assets that produce passive income and capital gains income. It really takes a team also. It doesn't have to be a big team. It can be something small. Today, we have the ability to sell worldwide, so we don't need to have a physical store perhaps. We can be making money while we're sleeping very easily and quickly, right? Because it doesn't take much to create a website. Anybody can grab a domain name. If we're smart enough, we're thinking about a domain that is memorable, unforgettable, something that can connect with the entire world, regardless of their race and culture. Think about a problem that we can solve for everyone, the 8 billion people in the world. We don't want to have a small niche. If it's just for us, then it should just be a hobby. We must create something that is solving a problem in the world, and we're producing that product, and that product is patent. We don't have to build the product ourselves. Maybe we white labeling the product from a factory from China. I talked about drop shipping. I talked about how we can create passive income without ever touching the product or investing in acquiring the product before we get the money from the customer. All we need to do is have a storefront online that showcase the products that we have available in stores. Once we get the orders placed, we grab the money, we turn around, we talk to the factories in China, and they ship it straight to the customer with our brand name. The customer doesn't even realize that it's coming straight from the factory. They think it's coming straight from our headquarters. So there are a lot of opportunities. There are high ticket items also online. High ticket items are those referral links that will bring bigger commissions than the average commissions that we find online. So some commissions can vary from $50 or less to, we can start from $1 all the way to thousands of dollars, depending on what product we are selling or referring people to buy. Today, every company, just about every company in the world that is a successful company and has the 8 integrities of a successful business, that company, not only the legalities are in order, meaning that it's doing business legally, solving a problem in the world, is bringing in cash flow, is being run on its own, is growing on its own, it has a great marketing team behind it, is bringing awareness to the customers, it has communication lines clean internally and externally. The 8 integrities of a successful business, very easy. Write them down. We talk about it inside of our digital course. We talk about the cash flow triangle, which explains the 8 integrities of a successful business. It starts with the mission, team, leadership, cash flow, communication, systems, legal, and product. A lot of people focus on the product only to find out that that is one of the 8 integrities that makes a great business successful, but it's only one. We must apply the rest. We cannot build a successful business with one good product. It has to have the legalities, we have to have the cash flow coming in, we have to have the systems, we have to have the leadership, and we explain each integrity inside of our digital courses. So make sure you go grab them, click the link somewhere in the description of this video, and it's going to take you to one of our digital courses, and it'll eventually take you to our website where you can see the newsletter too, which is there for anybody to subscribe to and receive emails with financial education that will inspire us to become true leaders, wealthy entrepreneurs, and inside investors. It is important that we understand that it does not take money to make money. What it takes is knowledge. It takes financial education first. A lot of people have money, but they can't make money with that money. That's why they save it in the bank. And so we have to master the ability to multiply our capital. Don't let it sit in the bank, because as we know, money loses value. And it continues to lose value due to the fact that the dollar was separated from the gold standard back in 1971, August 15, by President Nixon. From that point forward, money became monopoly money, fiat money, fake money, and just an idea backed up by confidence. Our job is to mimic what the government does and how the Federal Reserve Bank operates, which is by printing money. Today, money is created by debt. So debt is money, money is debt, and we must treat debt like money. There is good debt and bad debt. How do we start a business without our capital? If we have a credit card, we can use that credit card to start a business. I'm not saying to start a business without a plan. Make sure you have an investment plan in front of us, that we know exactly that by this day we'll have our money back. We'll have this cash flow coming in each day for every sale. And the goal is to reach that $1 million mark on cash flow every single year, meaning that we're getting that without working. And the only way to do that is through passive income and having an understanding on how to do business worldwide using the internet. Go get our ebook, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On. It has 49 chapters, over 540 pages, with a total guide and proven strategies to help anyone build true wealth, regardless of where we are financially.
What the fuck is this?
So we must understand that going out there, socializing, networking, people open up other doors that we didn't know it exists. So something that we need to do often is go out there and learn what's going on. What are people doing? Find out, because we can learn a lot. We can find out problems. Everybody's looking for a solution. Everybody has a problem, and we need to learn what type of problem we want to solve. And we need to put systems in place. And it takes financial education, true leadership. It takes us to become wise when making choices in life. So how are we going to make $1 million per year on passive income? We have to have cash flow and assets. We need to create $2,700 per day minimum, a little over $2,700. That is $115 per hour. That will be $1.90 per minute. And when we do that successfully for the entire year with our assets, and that's $83,000 per month, that equals $1 million in positive cash flow. So it's not that hard once we break it down like that with reverse engineering. That's what we talked about on yesterday's video. If not, it was the one before. But we explain how important it is to always reverse engineer our goals. Never approach them forward. We must find somebody that has done what we want to do and then begin to work backwards on it. And when we break it down like that, it's a lot easier to wrap our mind around that. A lot of people have problems when it comes to thinking of millions of dollars in their account and coming in through cash flow, because they don't fathom that excess of cash flow, because majority of people have been trained to work very hard physically for the money instead of working smart. You see, we have to understand how to build wealth, how to control our emotions in order to have an extraordinary life. It takes dedication, effort, going out there, sacrificing things that we may like to do. Okay? We need to do the boring things as well. We talked about that a few days ago, and the boring things are the legalities. making sure that we're treating a small business, if we're starting a business from scratch, as if it's a big business. A lot of people are like, no, when we get big, then we'll do the legalities. No, start with the right entity from the beginning. Hire the right CPA with the right bookkeeper. We have to treat it as if it's a big business, and a big business must be treated as a small business. Always. That way we are not missing any steps along the way. We cannot get cocky and think that we can just lose focus over our assets, because remember, an asset can turn into a liability very quickly if we don't pay attention to what's going on. We need to be looking over the shoulders of our team members as well. We can't just let them, we have to trust them and have great people, but we can just let them make the decisions. We make the decisions, and we ensure that those decisions are the best decisions that we can make as a company for the sake of the mission of that company. Okay, so remember, an asset puts money in our pocket, and it's a system of systems doing the selling and telling for us, and it's a business or an investment that is solving a problem in the world. So let's call a business or an asset when it's putting money into our pocket. If it's not putting money into our pocket, then we can't call it an asset. It's not yet an asset. A lot of people are calling things that are liabilities, they're calling them assets. And that is one of the main difference between the wealthy and the poor, is that the poor have the wrong understanding when it comes to the definitions and what it means of assets and liabilities. If you're naming something an asset but it's really a liability, then really you're missing the whole point of the game. You're losing the game. So let's confront the liabilities. Like I said, we can't have any liabilities that we want as long as it's something that we enjoy to do, right? Something that we like to do. Maybe it's a luxury item. Maybe it's a car that we want to drive every weekend. It doesn't make us money, but we like to have it. That's a liability. And we can turn a liability into an asset and vice versa, right? An asset can become a liability as well very quickly. And the whole point of this video is that we understand that it does not take money to make money. What it takes first is financial education. It takes financial knowledge, financial literacy. Why? Because there are a lot of people in the world that have money in the bank account. So the question is, if it really takes money to make money only, right? If that was the case, then everybody would be making money right now. And they don't. And that's why people end up giving their money away to somebody else to invest it for them, which, listen, there are companies out there that are great, and they will give the passive investor a return that is good enough for them. Some people just want to lay back and they don't even want to think about it, maybe their age. Everybody's situation is different. So it depends what is our financial goals. We have to put a roadmap, and we are in charge of that roadmap. We have to write down our goals. We need to figure out how much money we want to make per year, right? What is our wealth number? And we need to make sure that we're getting assets that are going to continue to do well in any type of economy. Now, there's some assets that will do bad because they will crash. That's why we explain inside of our community that we diversify among the 5 different asset classes. We don't just put our eggs in one basket and just one asset class like many rookie investors and financially literate people do, because they're listening to the wrong mentors. They're telling them, yeah, diversify your portfolio in the stock market. So they start getting a bunch of different little stocks from different companies, thinking that that's the best strategy. But when the market crashes in that asset class, then the passive investor loses everything. So the point is, let's not be a passive investor. Let's be an active investor, which is the very opposite. We are actively investing. We're putting the deal together. We're raising the capital. We're making the phone call if we have to. We're talking to the banks. We're going out there, listening to the customers, getting feedback, We're turning keywords into our slogans, and we're monetizing our brands, right? Because we are solving a problem successfully, something that is in high demand. People are always in need of something. So the key question is, what are we going to do about it? How are we going to change the world? We have so much technology today, artificial intelligence, everybody has access to the internet. I mean, if you truly want to live the extraordinary life, focus on the 4 pillars of a great life, right? Health, wealth, love, and happiness. And usually when we have more money coming in through investing, we have more freedom. We can do and empower things around us. So happiness can go up. We can be more generous, share more things with the world. We can have access to clubs and other spots that are great to network, to find like-minded people, to raise capital. And so when we have excess of cash flow, then as a financial investor, our job is to multiply money. So the job of a wealthy entrepreneur, the number one job, is to raise capital, right? From the front end, building a business that raises capital. It has the sales funnels. People are coming in. We're not doing it personally. Remember, we're not going to be working in our business as an employee. We're going to be working on our businesses, which is a big difference, right? So it's coming in from the front end. It's raising capital. That's the job number one of a wealthy entrepreneur, is to raise capital, to master that ability. And from the back end, to be able to call the bank and say, hey, I need a $200 million loan. I'm going to be expanding offices in each part of the world, at least where there's a big city. I'm going to, take the cash flow that is currently receiving the company to 100 times more with the new strategy. And here's why. And here's the due diligence. And this is the PPM, private placement memorandum for the investors, where it details everything about the investment, including all the liabilities and worries, concerns, anything that we want to share with the investors and whoever we're going to be asking for capital as a partner to the investment. And remember, when we put a good deal together, then the money will find us. People will say yes to us. People will be throwing money to us. So what it takes to make money through investing is financial education. The person without financial education, if he or she makes money, they're gamblers. They gave their money away to somebody, they invested, they made some money because they flipped something. Then that is not what we are doing here. We're learning how to actively invest into different asset classes, specifically to build passive income. And then, of course, sometimes we will have capital gains income. However, there are strategies that we explain inside of our digital course, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, where it explains how to create passive income through investing in stocks, put and call options, and some advanced strategies that we will find inside of the digital course. Anyone can do this from anywhere in the world. All we need to do is have access to the internet. So if you're watching this, that means that we do have access to the internet, and the willingness to do it, the desire to break free from the rat race, to become a better person. Maybe you have different goals and going to live in your ideal scene. How are we going to reverse engineer that goal? Start right now, right? Whatever that is, it's going to require money. So I always say, do we want to do it for free? If the answer is obviously yes, who doesn't want to do things for free in life, right? Then we need to position ourselves like the ultra wealthy do. We must acquire the ultra wealthy mindset, go into our core values, question ourselves, unlearn everything that we know about money that we were taught by professors, by our parents, by whoever gave us the information that is not the right information with today's economy. That's why we created the 10 new rules of money, to help us build true wealth, to help us understand the rules of the game of money in today's economy. Because the laws change. Money evolves. So money is not longer real money. It's not backed up by gold. It's backed up by confidence. So we can raise capital through confidence. Just like that. From thin air, we can create money. That is how money is created. And legally we can do that because we are acting just like the bank, like the government does. That's why today we are $31+ trillion in national debt. And it's not going to stop because that is how the economy works, through debt. So we must accept that, embrace it, and use it into our advantage. And as I said earlier on this week, that debt is tax-free because money is created with debt. So all debt that we use for anything is tax-free. And what do we have to do is use as much debt as we can have access to. Who cares about the interest rate? As long as the numbers work at the end, then that's what we care about. Meaning that if the interests are 17%, for an example, however, the investment is going to immediately bring us back 3 times, 4 times as much every single day as what we invest into acquiring that asset to function to that manner. It could be even a simple ad on Facebook. Today we have targeted Facebook ads and Google ads, YouTube ads, any platform out there, including TikTok. We can use their ad campaign features to find the ideal customer, to be able to put that message in front of the right group of people so that they can grab, purchase, and repeat again and come back. That's a true business, and that is called targeted marketing. A business without marketing is going to be a failed business. We must understand how to do marketing, okay? Something that we explain inside of our digital courses as well. But remember when everything started back in the day in 2000s, early 2000s, late 2000s, Facebook had the ability to do an ad. It was beta, and it was actually beta, and it was only an ad. You could not do a video. You could not target any interest or behavior of the customer. You literally could only put a picture and that's it. And you send the ad and it was syndicated through the entire Facebook database. And it worked great, right? Using other people's products, selling other people's products. To this day, that is the fastest way a person can start creating passive income from thin air without even investing any of their capital. We can use a credit card to invest in an ad that will bring us unlimited leads per day, or maybe 10 leads that each lead turns into, every lead that comes in, for every lead is coming in, they're targeted leads. So those people truly want what we have. They're clicking on the ad because their interest aligns with what we are selling, okay? And AI can create the ad for us. Today you can go on Facebook, create the ad manager account, which is free, and begin to create an ad with AI. All we have to do is choose the subject, and it'll create it for us in less than a minute, and then we launch the ad. Now hundreds of thousands of people, including as many as we want. Really, we can reach billions of people around the world with our ad. Putting that message in front of the right group of people, that's true marketing. That is what targeted marketing is. We have to find our customers. We need to put that valuable product and service in front of them. So raising capital, we must master that. A lot of people are uncomfortable by raising capital. We have to learn how to raise capital. Even when we have capital, and when we have the excess of cash flow coming in, and we have $1 million coming in. That capital, those profits, we would treat them as good expenses instead of surplus. We're not going to treat them as assets. We're going to make sure that we have a plan of action for those profits to go to work in different asset classes. We don't want that money to sit around because it loses value. Remember, money is losing value every single day. So whoever is saving money is saving garbage. That's why savers are losers in today's economy and debtors are winners. So how do we become winners in today's economy? Simple. Learn how to manage debt. Lower taxes, right? We can create phantom income through passive income when we invest in certain asset classes. For example, we can have appreciation, we can have depreciation, income that shows up somewhere else within the asset. Through taxes, those are three ways of phantom income from a real estate property that we are controlling with 100% debt. The bank, we position it in such a way that we were able to finance the entire deal. Maybe we put up 90% with debt from one loan and the other 10% was put out with a credit card that we had. And we combine those two loans. The cash flow is coming in, it's paying for the debt service of each loan, it's paying for all the expenses of the business or investment, and of course it's leaving us with positive cash flow. That is our profit. And that profit will be treated as a good expense, meaning that it will have a place to go to work hard so that it can bring more money and it can multiply itself into more money so that we have more excess of cash flow, we have more leverage, and we can manifest our dreams quick. We don't have to wait because we have excess of cash flow. We have one of the most important elements that exist on this earth, money. Respect money, study it, understand it. Because once we master that, then everything else is ours. Money answers all things. So we need to master money, become a master investor by investing in financial education and actively invest for passive income and get those results. We gotta get that money. We gotta feel it. We gotta get it. Remember, break it all down, reverse engineer, $83,000 per month. That's $1 million per year on positive cash flow. And I'm not saying going out there and working hard, knock on doors and make $1 million exchanging your time for money. That's not what we're learning how to do here inside of our community. We're mastering how to multiply and how to receive that and how to raise that capital through businesses and investments, meaning that we're getting passive income. That's how a true leader or master investor thrive with passive income from our assets. So mastering how to live without a paycheck is one of the hardest things a person can endure when attempting to go from the left side of the cash flow circle to the right side of the cash flow circle. Remember, inside of the cash flow circle, we explained that in detail in one of our chapters inside of our ebook. But the cash flow circle has 4 players, and those players form part of the game of money. We all are playing the game of money, whether we like it or not. When we study the cash flow circle, we'll find that on the left side we find the employee and the self-employed. On the right side we find the business owner and the inside investor. On the right side of the cash flow circle is where wealth is created and total freedom is found. On the left side is where people work for earned income or ordinary income, the income that is taxed at the highest bracket. Okay, and that type of income is not the best income to attempt to become wealthy. However, whoever is working for that income, their job should be to turn that income into passive income as soon as possible. And how do we do that? Well, the first thing is to invest in our financial education. There are 5 asset classes that we can choose from, like I mentioned earlier on the video, which are business, right? Like a business that we acquire or we start a business. Number 2, and that business must have a system of systems, and we are controlling those systems because it's not a business if we have to be in the business. That business has to make money without us being there. And then number 2, real estate. Number 3, crypto. Number 4, paper assets. Number 5, commodities like gold, silver, and precious metals. So we're going to have a plan of action for every single asset class. As soon as we get our hands on any type of capital, we already know exactly that capital is going to go to work here. And that way we build momentum, and we now maybe have, let's say, 100 different products going at the same time. And out of those 100 products, they're creating a total of $1.90 per minute. Per hour, $115 per hour, meaning if the product is $60, then we have to sell 2 of those products. If we're getting 100% commissions, right? If we created the product ourselves, that means it's $120 an hour. We have to sell 2 products of that. If we do that the entire year, it's $1 million and more in positive cash flow. A lot of people never get to make that. They don't put themselves in a position to make that. We have to put ourselves in a position to be able to become wealthy. We have to shift our mindset. We have to shift our core values, unlearn things that we are believing that is true. We have to challenge ourselves, right? Because maybe those facts are no longer facts for today's economy. We need to say, okay, well, the law changed. Money is no longer real gold. Money is created with debt. Today, we are over $31 trillion in debt. The government continues to print money daily because that's how it works, the new world. And the Federal Reserve backs it. So the government needs $2 billion. Okay, $2 billion, print it out. And I think we checked it the other time online, how much money, the actual money, the paper money is being printed. I think it was like 5 million notes per day that was actually being printed. I don't want to say 500 million. I think it was 5 million notes. And then the rest is digital. So everything is going digital. We must be willing to change and adapt quickly in today's age because everything is moving fast. And we have to unlearn things that we learned maybe last year because things are updating constantly. So be okay with becoming flexible when it comes to building our financial goal. To reaching that destination, whatever it is, if it's $1 million per year on positive cash flow, then we can make it there in different ways. So be flexible in the journey. That's my message. Be flexible, right? Be able to go left, be able to go right, be able to switch, adapt, improve environments, take opportunities, right? Readjust, tweak. But the $1 million, the mission of the business, all of that remains the same. We're fixated in that end result. We already felt that experience in our hearts because we imagine ourselves having that. So be, do, have when it comes to everything in life. Whatever we want to be, we must act like that person, even before we are that person. We have to become that person in our mind first, and then it will appear in the physical form. We will literally transition into that. But we must be, do, have. So we have to feel, if you're starting now, I want you to leave this video feeling like a master investor and having more knowledge than you came in here with. You understand that there are 2 types of debt, good debt and bad debt. You understand that good debt puts money in our pocket. It goes hand to hand with an asset. An asset is a business or an investment that is composed of a system of systems, and it's doing the selling and telling for us on autopilot, solving a problem in the world. And of course, it's doing it without us being present because it's a business, something that we are controlling, or that our companies that we own control. We do this for total freedom. How can we set up our lives where we don't have to ever work for our bills and we can thrive and we can always live above our means? And the only way to do that is by having assets in different asset classes that will go up in value We'll create more cash flow because we are improving the bottom lines of each business. We're solving more problems in the world. We are giving back to the community, and everything is energy. And whatever we put into the world, it comes back to us. So be very careful when it comes to making decisions and what we are saying with our mouth. We have to be very careful the type of, or the quality, I should rather say, the quality of thoughts that we choose from every single day. And what are we pondering right now? A lot of people have headaches, and you ask them what they're thinking about the problem, they're not thinking about the solution. Write the problem down, write the solution down, write the idea down on a piece of paper. That right there is already 90% done of the task is completed just by putting it out. Shoot a video. Do whatever it is that we need to do to improve our life. It takes courage, it takes commitment, it takes showing up every single day. And sometimes you have to do things that we don't like to do, but we have to do them. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you leave your comment below. Let me know if you have any questions. We're here every single day providing you the good and bad news of money, the business principles that work in all economies. So yes, we can start a business without money. We can sell other people's products through referral links and begin to receive passive income. Some of those products are subscription based. There are many websites and companies out there that are offering referral programs. They're free to enter. And we understand that we need financial knowledge, financial literacy, right? Exactly what we're doing here every single day, studying financial education to be able to raise capital. Because with financial education, we not only can raise capital through debt, right? Through a loan or a credit card or family and friends, etc., legally, we're raising capital, right? And then we're multiplying it because we have financial education. We're actively investing, so that capital that we have, whether it is through a loan that we got it, we're multiplying that debt to bring us more cash flow back. And the debt service and anything in our lives is always paid by our businesses and assets that we control on our assets column. Make sure you share, like, and comment. Turn on the notifications. Click the link in the description right now to have access to our digital courses. By the way, when we get in any of our digital courses, we will be grandfathered in for any asset that we add in there in the future. As we move forward, we are adding exclusive interviews with wealthy entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs that are having success in whatever topic we are discussing on that volume, to emphasize more about it, to teach us more, to demonstrate more results, to give us proven strategies so that we can implement at any time to improve our bottom line, or also known as positive cash flow. And the most important words in the business language are cash flow. What is the cash flow of the business? What is my cash flow? That's our bottom line. That's what we want to know after everybody's paid, after all is done. How much am I getting per month? How much am I getting per day from that business that we're controlling, right? So we need to figure that out. And the second most important words in the business language are due diligence. We must do due diligence. Let's not be a skeptical or cynic. Let's not miss opportunities just because we don't know something. It might be good, that good to be true. It might be that good, and it might be a blessing. And so when we go out there and find out what people are doing, we're networking, we're listening to other people. That's how I learned about Facebook ads. I went out there, went into a conference, and somebody was having success with it. And that's how you pick things up that are valuable. If I didn't invest into that event, I would have never learned about ads and how to syndicate my content and how to get organic leads and how to capitalize on keywords and build passive income through other people's products, not even using our products. We don't even need to buy any product. We can literally begin to sell other people's products and close deals for them using systems and having an email autoresponder doing the entire marketing for us. So make sure you go get our ebooks and start with the digital course, How to Build Cash Flow with the Internet, Turn Passive Income On. Get also the 10 new rules of money and how to invest in crypto to build wealth. If you can get it right now, go ahead and get them, because like I said, in the future, they're going to be the courses will be more in the future. So grab them now, because in a year, 3 years, 4, 10 years from now, the courses will have more assets, and all of those assets will be free for us. So it's a win.